Remarketer, empowering realtors.
Good morning, and thank you very much for joining me today. I do apologize for the delay in starting our session this morning. I did have some technical issues that I need to rectify before we could get things started out. So for that reason, we're a little bit late. For those of you who might have missed the session because of this delay, it is obviously going to be recorded and available to you for later reference. But to those of you who are still with me today, thank you very much for your patience. Hopefully, things will stay smoothly running until the end of the session. All right, so I need to get myself ready. Give me a second. Okay, so let's take things as we go along. All right, so today's session is continuing. So we're going to be continuing our discussions from last week. Last week we did talk about creating custom pages, and I went through some of the features and capabilities of the custom page builder in Remarketer. This time around, we decided to do a little bit more of a deeper dive into the more advanced configurations of custom page builder, so that you can configure things like setting backgrounds for yourself, for instance, changing special scripts, for example, etc. So for that reason, we're taking it a little bit slower and going through the different modules and the different elements that are available for custom page builder. So today we're going to continue on that discussion, and I'll try to finish the remaining elements, the HTML elements in the custom page builder, so that we can have a full understanding of the complete concept of the tools available with the custom page builder. All right, so let me share my screen. Perfect. All right, so let's go back to where we left off last week. Under website design, we go to the custom pages. This is where we were, in fact, testing our systems, and I believe this is the page that we were building here. Let's quickly take a look at the page. Yeah, so that's what we were building. So far, what we've added to the page are a cell with a background. So I showed you how you can change the background of this cell. We've added a simple picture. However, we've also managed to make this page a hyperlink. So basically, it is hyperlinked to another page. It could be any other page. In this case, we've hyperlinked the image to the property search map, for instance. We learned how to add a button. So this is a button that we configured. It is connected to the contact page, for example, and added over here. So we also saw the configurations there as well. All right. Next, we learned about forms, how to configure forms. Basically, it's pretty straightforward. We selected the fields that we wanted to be included. And we also learned about tagging forms so that you can see the contacts in your contact list that are um, added to your CRM as a result of filling out this specific form. So we learned about that as well. We learned about embedding YouTube videos as well as YouTube playlists. So this is a playlist that I've embedded in here. And then we finally got to adding a QR code. So we also learned about adding a QR code to your landing page in case you want people to be able to scan a QR code and go to a specific page. So in this case, we've forwarded. Well, basically, we've added a QR code that sends the person who scans the code over to your exclusive listings, for example. All right. So these are the features that we talked about so far. So let me go back here and let's continue editing the same page here. I'm going to click edit. It opens a new tab up here, and this is the same page that we've been editing before. All right. So far we know about text, image, button. Also, we talked about codes. So these are external codes that we can add into the system. Forms, YouTube, and YouTube Gallery. So basically, the YouTube Gallery is two options. You can embed a YouTube channel, or you can embed a playlist. I always like to work with playlists because an entire channel could include many different items. You can have several different playlists. You can have several different videos that are available there. You have different types of videos, live videos, for example, pre-recorded videos. So these are all classified in a channel. So it's best to work with YouTube itself if you want to direct people over to your channel. But YouTube galleries can basically YouTube playlists can be more specific. So you can have a playlist for, let's say, pre-construction projects. You could have another playlist for your client testimonials. You could have another playlist for events and promotions. You can have another playlist for your newly listed properties, for example. So on and on and on. So you can have several different playlists that are dedicated to special subjects, which are obviously more suitable to this. And then you can add and remove videos selectively to that playlist, which will take place on your website automatically. So playlists is a much easier way to manage your list, and you have a full set of instructions here, which tells you how to embed a channel or a playlist. In the case of playlist, we learned how to get the playlist ID and use it over here, the playlist ID, which I have placed it right here. So anything that comes after list equals, that's your ID. We just copy that and paste it in here, and we're able to embed the playlist as I just explained to you. All right. We went on and took a look at the QR code as well, and stopped here. Now, there are more tools available here. Depending on your subscription tier, you might see some of these and you might not see some of these. It's some of them are exclusive to higher subscription tiers. So that's why you might not see some of these tools available for your custom page builder. Nevertheless, I'm going to go through all of them so that you can pretty much see what we have and what the capabilities are. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let's add another divider. We also talked about these sections, how many columns you want to have in each row. So I'm just going to, go one by one and connect things together. So the next tool that we have, the next HTML element that we have is called listings. This one is basically, it's your listings will be loaded here. What it means is that listings that are available from your listing manager. So we have a bunch of listings available here in your listing manager. These could be new developments. These could be exclusives. We have residentials, which updated to sold, for instance, in this case. We have other MLS listings available here. So you can have several listings available in your listing manager. And then you could use this tool here, the listings, to filter and display properties from your listing manager in that specific section on your landing page. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Let's go and configure this. You select what type of properties you want to include here. So is it featured or not, right? So featured or unfeatured, if you want to say. So if we go back to the listing manager, you see here, these are the ones that are featured, right? If you want to showcase the ones that are not featured, you can showcase the ones that are not featured, right? So you can have a set of properties added to your excuse me, added to your listing manager where you don't want these to be featured on your homepage, right? So when you're going to your homepage, these are the properties that are featured, right? And you can see that right here. You might not want them to show on your homepage, sorry, over here. However, you want them to appear on this landing page, right? So basically that's what we mean. Let's go back to the custom page builder by this option here. Do you want to showcase the ones that are featured or the ones that are not featured? We can keep it at any and then go and further configure the filters here. So what is the class? Do you want to show properties that are from MLS or properties that are exclusive, right? So if we check out the properties here, I do have one property that's exclusive, 3 properties that are from MLS. The rest of the stuff that you saw here under Listing Manager, these are new developments. So these are different classifications. So they are down here on the pre-construction project. So let's just focus on the MLS properties right now and exclusive properties. So again, you can select whether you want to display MLS properties or you want to display exclusive properties. Then you can go ahead and further break down in terms of the type. Is it going to be residential? Is it going to be commercial? Is it going to be farm? Is it going to be land? So you can select those. But remember, these properties should be available in your listing manager. And the subtype, single family, townhouse, condo, multiplex, so on and so forth. So we have many different subtypes that are selectable. We have the building type, things like detached, semi-detached, townhouse, so on and so forth again. All right, so you can again select the type of building here as well. You can select the transaction. So are you looking at sale properties or lease properties? You can also select whether the property is active. So if you look at this, these are active, so these are for sale, or the property is sold or leased if you select this combination right here. Okay, so you want to show sold properties or you want to show active properties or you want to show all properties. Then again, you can filter down by city, minimum price, maximum price, and this limit tells you how many properties you wish to show here. So basically, if you say, I want to show 4 properties, this will only show the top 4 properties that match this criteria. So if you want to show more than 4 properties on that landing page, you can go ahead and set that limit. Otherwise, you can just remove this and the system will automatically populate the maximum number of properties that fit the criteria on your landing page. And then finally, we have a listing tag, which I will demonstrate to you. So you can pick and choose by well, either you can set filters to display those properties. So these are the ones that we selected here, or you can just manually pick and choose. So let's say you want to display properties that are very suitable for for let's say first-time home buyers. Okay, and you want to specifically pick out those properties and select them here. That's where the listing tag will come into play. You can tag those properties, and those specific properties only will appear here. So we're going to test things out here. So right now I've got any in from MLS. Let's keep that as MLS. I haven't filtered anything here. Let's see what we have over here. Okay, let's say, because this page of ours is called Vaughn Properties. What I want to do is I want to only limit to the properties that I have in my listing manager that are in Vaughn. Let's just apply this for now and save it. All right. So if I go to my property management right now, so this is in Toronto, this one is Pickering, this one's Cambridge, and this one, I don't know where it is, but because it's sold. But anyways, right now, it seems that we don't have any properties from Vaughan here. So when I select that, I shouldn't really see any properties here. Let's go back to the property page builder. Let's give this section a title as well so we know where it is. I'm just going to add the text here, and I'm going to add a title. So latest on properties. Let's format it. It's going to be in the center. It's going to be a heading 2, for example. Apply. All right. Save. And when we look at this, by the way, if you remember last week, I also mentioned that these sections, these HTML elements that require a script to run will not show here. The page needs to load before it actually displays anything. So the properties that you will see will in fact appear when you load the page right here. This is our page. So if I refresh that, now I have the section here, latest Vaughan properties, and then no properties are shown here for the reason that we have a filter set for the city of Vaughan. Let's go ahead and add a property to my listing manager. So let's go back to the page. This time I'm going to go to search, and I'm going to go to Vaughan. All right, let's select the property here. Okay, up here, so let's say, for example, all right, let's take this property, for example. So this one is in Vaughan. And I'm going to go back to my listing manager. I'm just going to add this property to my listing manager. So now I have a property added, which is in Vaughan. So this one should hopefully run. So I have it added to my listing manager, and it is also featured here. But that wasn't part of the thing. There we go. So now this property that's in Vaughan is going to show up on this landing page, because this landing page, we're talking about Vaughan properties and Vaughan stuff. So basically this way, I can make sure that only relevant properties are now showing here. So basically what we do here, let's go back to listing manager. I've got all these listings available, but only the one that's in Vaughan is going to appear here. So I can add multiple properties here. If I don't want it to show on my listings on my homepage, I can just simply go ahead and remove the heart here, so it's not featured anymore. So if I go back to my homepage, it's not shown here. However, it is shown here on this landing page. So you can exclusively add these properties to your listing manager. All right. Without without interfering with your homepage properties, so the ones that are featured there. So you've added these properties to your listing manager just for the purpose of displaying on your landing pages. All right, so let's go back and add another one. Let's search again. Go back to Vaughn again. And single family. This time I'm looking for a cheaper property. All right, let's take this one, for example. Okay, so this one is $969,000. Let's go ahead and add this one too. Again, the city is Vaughan. So if I go back to my custom page builder here, sorry, I need to go back to my listing manager, add the listing over here, add it. So now I have two properties that are added, and they are on in Vaughan. So let's check out a Vaughan property. I'm going to refresh it. There it is. So my custom page now includes two properties here as well. So both of these are in Vaughan. All right, and are displayed. One of them is $1.9 million. The other one is $969,000, right? Okay. So now I want to show you the other trick that we have up our sleeves. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Awesome, great. All right. Now what I want to do is this. I want to start tagging my listings here. So for example, this one, which one was it? Yeah, so Forecastle Road. So this one, let's say it's almost a $2 million property. So let's call this a luxury property here. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click here and select tag. So this one is going to be luxury. All right, so I'm just going to tag this as luxury. So this one is now tagged as luxury. This one is a property that I have added to my listing manager for another purpose. So first-time home buyers. So I'm going to tag this one. Let's say first-time home buyers, FTHB. That's my tag. Oops, I had selected both of these. That's okay. Let's just refresh this. If you want to remove a tag, all you need to do is to click on the tag and delete it. Oops. Let me just go ahead there. Oh, it just needed a refresh. So yeah, so I deleted the tag. So now I have this property that's tagged as luxury and this property that's tagged as FTHB. Okay. Let's go to the page builder and edit this. All right, now let's say here, I want to say latest Vaughan luxury properties. All right, so this is what I'm promoting on this landing page. I want to talk about luxury properties, right? So I want to be specific about luxury properties. Now here, I just saved that. If I refresh that, we have latest Vaughan luxury properties, but it's promoting both properties in here. Now, I only want this type of properties to be promoted here, right? So what I do is that I go back to the custom page builder, I go down here, and I select this configuration here. Now, there I have the option to say tag. I'm going to say is, well, I could set minimum price or maximum price. That is going to also do a filter, and I say, okay, anything that's more than $1.5 million or anything that's more than $2 million, whatever, show that. Or I could go by tag, so I can specifically select properties. Now, in terms of price ranges, that's an easy filter. But then sometimes you are selecting certain properties that are not filterable as easily as that. For example, you're selecting properties that are good for uh, builders, for example, good for downsizers, good for people with growing family, for example, very close to certain schools, for example. So those are not features that are that you would be able to filter the property based on. So you can be specific and use tags. So that's why I'm using tag here, even though you could have used pricing in here as well. But I want to say, all right, so I want to say whatever is tagged as luxury, that's what I want you to show here. So I can add a tag here and save this. Let me see if it took the tag. Okay, now I have a tag here as well. Did we save it? Yes. Now let's go back here and refresh this. There we go. So now we only have one property, even though we had two properties in Vaughan, and both would qualify for a filter, but it's now looking at that luxury property only. Let's change this. Let's say that this property is all about, this page is all about affordable properties in Vaughan. So latest, let's call this affordable properties in Vaughan. So I'm changing the title here, and then I'm going to say, all right, so instead of this tag, we're looking at first-time home buyers. So that's my tag that I would like to look for. Save. All right. Let's go ahead and refresh that. Now we have first-time home buyers tag here. So let me show you how it works now. So going forward, let's find another property that's affordable here. Okay. They're all pretty expensive. All right, so let's say this one, for example. All I need to do going forward is that I go to my listing manager, I add a new listing. So I want to add this to the landing page. All I need to do is, this one is the one that I just added. All I need to do is just go here and tag it as first-time home buyer. I already have the tag available. Just add it. So I just tagged it and nothing else. If I go back to the page, I don't need to change the page in any way. If I refresh it, now I have another property in here. Tomorrow, I don't want to use this one anymore, right? I don't need this one. All I need to do is to delete it or remove the tag. So the property has been deleted. It's been removed from the page. So just like that, you can manage what properties you want to show on your landing page and what properties you want to remove. So think about the possibilities here. You can create landing pages that are good for pretty much any purpose, and you can really be specific. Think outside the boundaries of filters. The usual filters, the number of bedrooms and the number of bathrooms and the price range and geographical location and stuff. So you can pick properties from around your area. So it doesn't even have to be in a specific area there. And you can be very specific. So I'll give you an example. For example, you want to have a landing page that is suitable for people who are retired and play golf, right? So you can go around town and search for properties that are close to golf courses, and they're suitable for downsizers, while they're also accessible because they might want to have, their children visiting very often, etc. So you consider all those criteria, and you find specific properties that match those criteria. And you want to add those properties to this landing page specifically. This is not price range. This is not geographical filtering. This is not number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms. This is specific pick and choose, and which is a very nice way for you to be able to provide services to your clients. So you do have a landing page dedicated to these kind of stuff on your website, and all you need to do is to add listings to your listing manager and tag them. That's all you need to do, and therefore you're going to be able to easily manage several landing pages that are catering to specific niche audiences, which is amazing. So this is one interesting aspect of custom page builder that you're going to be able to utilize here. And I just gave you a quick demonstration there. All right. The next section is pre-cons. So you saw that we do have some pre-construction projects here, which can be added to the landing page as well. Pre-construction projects are different from, residentials and resale properties. So with resale properties, we were able to configure their constructions have different criteria. So we've got pre-launch, platinum launch, selling now, launching soon, et cetera, et cetera. So we have move-in ready and all of that. So these are the different transaction types that you can select for your pre-construction projects. Limit, again, the number of projects you want to show on the landing page, and also tag. So in the same way, you can tag pre-construction projects and set them in. So for example, you want to only show properties from a specific builder. So you can tag them Tridel, for instance. So these properties are from Tridel. I tag them, and then those properties specifically are going to pop up on that landing page right there. So it's same thing, concept here, a little bit less complicated. I'm not going to get into there. The other option that you have here, let me just get rid of this. We don't want to make the page too big here, is MLS search. So this one doesn't care whether the property is listed on your page, within your listing manager or not. I'm just going to remove this. Sorry about that. And instead, we're going to add a property search here now. So instead of pulling properties from your listing manager, we now have properties that we can basically do with MLS search. Wait a second. All right, so here we go. Let's configure this. This is an easy search configuration. So again, you can select your type, let's say residential. You can select your subtype. I'm going to go with single family. You've got all the other options: townhouse, condo, multiplex, retail, investment, office, land, sale of business, industrial, agriculture, etc. So those are the different top types that you can have. So let's say I want to, again, look for affordable properties in Vaughan, this time from MLS. So I don't care about the type of the property. So let's say I want to add detached properties here. Building style, it could be backsplit, studio, whatever it is. I don't care. The transaction, we're going to stick to sale. And the status, we're going to stick to available properties. So anything that's active, I don't want to look at sold properties. The city, obviously, because it's Vaughan, I'm going to filter and add Vaughan. You can add multiple cities as well. So for instance, if you were looking at York region, for instance, you could add Vaughan and Richmond Hill and other areas as well. You can even be specific to certain communities. So you can specifically pick a community from Vaughan. So instead of the whole city of Vaughan, you can say, for instance, I want to go to properties in Maple, for instance. I want to be very specific to that. So you can also add, let's go back here, a community in here as well. You want to be even more specific, you can stick to a postal code. But remember, we don't want to be too specific, because sometimes when you're too specific, then there are occasions when there's no matching properties available there. So you know what you're doing. You have the option to even specify a postal code and be very, very specific to a postal code. So you're looking at a certain, let's say, street within the city of Vaughan. Again, minimum price and maximum price. Let's play with this one now. So let's say the minimum price would be 700K. And the maximum price would be $999,000. All right. I want to display only 3 top properties. Okay. Let's make that 6 top properties. And then I'll just apply changes and save the property. So instead, now we're not going to go to our listing manager. The system is going to directly pull properties from our property search. Let's go back here and refresh this. All right, so now we have properties from Vaughan. I selectively selected 6 properties to show. You could show more or less, or just go for maximum. And these are the latest listed properties that fit your criteria between the minimum and maximum prices that are available here. All right. So let's say I want to be very specific, and I just want to go to this community, Maple. So I'm going to select Maple, apply. Just be sure that you type in the correct name for the neighborhood community as it appears in MLS. I don't care what people are used or to call the neighborhood, or what newspapers call that neighborhood. You have to look at MLS. So find a property in MLS in that neighborhood. Look at the community, what it states there. So when you're looking at this, for instance, here, you can see the community right here. This is what's mentioned here. If there's a hyphen in there, if there's a comma in there, whatever, that's the thing that you're going to be looking at, because we're filtering from MLS. All right, so now we said Maple, and the property should look into Maple and bring this up. Now it's not bringing up anything here. Probably because we don't have anything in that specific section there. Where is it? Maple, apply changes, save. I don't know if we got it. Oh, it's not saving it in there. I don't know what's the problem. Probably something that we have to look into. But anyways, you get the idea. All right. So that's there. Let me just go ahead and quickly show you the Market Watch as well. Then we're going to stop, and I'm going to talk about the remaining features again next week. So let's say I want to put in the market stats as well. So let's give it a title. Vaughan market update. Format it. Formats, heading 2, center, apply. That's what we're going to have here. And then I'm going to add in the market watch. So here, all I need to do is select the city, apply changes, and save. All right, let's go back here and just remove this and add a few more properties here. MLS search, Vaughan. Let's see if that works. Minimum price, maximum price. All right, let's refresh. We've got the latest properties as well as the latest stats. So there's a script that's not running here, unfortunately. I do apologize for that. That's probably why it's not showing. I just tested it and it worked. It might be my computer, but the script is not running here. It should show you the stats of Vaughan. Oh, that's why misspelling right here, which is just a text. That's not a problem there, but it should show you the stats of Vaughan as well. Things do go wrong when you're doing these things live. Just tested it 10 minutes ago and it worked just 10 minutes before our start. But anyways, it's not running right now. So I do apologize for that, but we'll definitely look at this. And if it needs fixing, it'll be fixed in a few minutes after my presentation here. Okay, so it's already 11:20. So I'm going to stop here and leave the remaining items for next week. These are quite interesting as well. And I will also re-demonstrate this to you so that hopefully the problems are fixed by then. Let me just quickly... okay, so there are a couple of interesting questions here. All right, so Jeff, thank you for that question. So if you've already created a landing page a long time ago and you would like to edit it, how can you locate it into the system? I will have to get back to you on that, but I know exactly what's going on here. So when you go to the listing manager, to the custom pages, you have a list of custom pages available here. So you have these tabs down here that show you the latest custom pages that you've created. So you can go ahead and say, all right, show me the top 100 or show me all of my list custom pages for you to be able to find it and obviously go ahead and edit it, right? So that's what we have available here. However, what could have happened here is that if the page is really, really old, the system might not really query that and bring it in for you. I'll get back to you on it. We should be able to find the page with the title or the ID of the page. So give me some time. I don't know the answer exactly. If it's that old and the system is not pulling in, it's could be, well, it's obviously there because it's loading on your website, but it could be in the archives and not shown in here. So thank you for putting that question out there. We'll get back to you on it. I just need to find the answer myself just to make sure it's there. All right. Your next question is interesting as well. How can I link Google Form and Google Sheet to Remarketer? So that's perfect. Could be a perfect example for this code item that we have right here. Okay, so let's say I have a Google Sheet. Let me pull up one. Give me a second, please. I just need to log into my Google Sheets. Just authorizing myself. I'm just going to bring this into the game here. All right, so let's say I have this Google Sheet here, and we've built, I want to embed this into my landing page, or pretty much anywhere on the website. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go to share. Let's just click share and setting for embed. Should give me an embed. I don't remember how a Google Sheet was to be embedded here. Let's just quickly share. Embed a Google Sheet on my website. File, share, publish to web. File, share. Oh, there it is. Publish to web. So do you want to have the entire sheet or just sheet one or whatever? Publish. Are you sure you want to publish this document? Okay. Oh, there it is. So it gives me this code right here. What I can do is that I can copy this code and then go back to my custom page builder. If I want to add the sheet over here or form or whatever, all I need to do is to get the code element and paste the code that I have right here. That's what needs to be done. It was a quick one. Let me just see if it worked. But it should hopefully work. Oh, this is just a reference. I don't know why it's not giving me the embed form. This is just a reference. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Embed. This is what I needed. Okay, cool. Copy. Let's go back here and edit this. Apply. Okay, now it should work. Save, save, and Vaughn properties, refresh. There it is. Okay, so I was able to embed the sheet here. So if I change anything in my sheet, it's just going to appear. Test 1, test 2, test 3, and I'm going to change these stuff right here. And yeah, this should appear right here as well. There it is. It just took place. So that's how you can add it. You can also add it to other areas on your website as well. So if you're doing your website configurations, if you want to add it to your homepage, let's say you have a certain form that you want to add it to your homepage. In these sections, you do have these custom sections where you can again add HTML content, which you could use the same embed file, share, publish to web, embed code that you would get over here. That's the code. All right, so that's how we can do that. All right, let me check out Dave's question. Good morning, Dave. Thank you for the question. I've been building custom pages. I'm trying to create similar styling. I'm having difficulty with the fine tuning. For instance, similar text columns and wrapping around images. So yeah, so you could take a look at my previous session last week as well. We did talk a little bit about this and cloning the page as well. That's another option, which you can just clone a page and then do the same thing there. However, it appears that you're having a little bit more of a general difficulty with that. So to answer your follow-up question, absolutely, give us a call and we can certainly talk about what we need to do. Is there an undo button? No, we don't have an undo button right now. You can remove things and add them in again. But as I mentioned last week as well, we're having a very new and more capable version of this coming up soon, hopefully, which is going to be a lot more capable. And I will definitely demonstrate that first thing once it's launched. All right. Jeff, your follow-up question, if my question wasn't clear enough, what I really want is using it to add contact list to Remarketer. All right. Again, I don't exactly understand what the question is. To remarket, you mean like if you're doing like lead ads and you want to add them into Remarketer. That's a discussion. If you would take a look at our discussions on Zapier. Let me go back to Remarketer here. So you can go to the Academy here and take a look at this discussion right here. This one is automate your listings. I think, yeah, this one. If you check out this one, basically what it does is that whatever contacts are created for retargeting purposes can be integrated into the system and brought into the system. So if that is the question, this should answer your question. Otherwise, yeah, drop us a line and that we can have a direct conversation so that I can completely understand what your requirement is. All right, so sorry if I couldn't address your question specifically, but we'll definitely rectify it for you. So that's it for now. It's already 11:30. Again, I do apologize for the late start of the session today. I hope it was informative. We're going to still continue on the same discussion next week as well, so that we have everything understood in depth, and we'll have these two find out what went wrong with our scripts here and fix it available immediately as well. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, your week, and I'll see you again next week with the continuation of the topic. Take care for now.